Hello guys, this is Praveen here, and today we are going to see about Sqoop, and we'll be going through some use cases of Sqoop. So the first here I would like to describe is list databases, which will list the databases on a server, and list the tables, which will list the tables in a database server, and eval, which will evaluate the SQL statement and display the results. I'm going to use these three use cases of Sqoop, and other we will be doing in the next session. So as of now, the first thing you should know is we need a server. Okay, we need a database server. So in this machine, I have my SQL server already being configured, and I'm using Cloudera 5.8 version. You can use the latest one also, or you can configure yourself Sqoop in your any Linux systems as well. Okay, so you can see this. I'm in my SQL prompt, and if I see show databases, I can see there are 13 databases in this server. So this thing I want to see from the Sqoop. So I'm going to write a command in Sqoop which will list me all the database from this MySQL server. Okay. So the first is Sqoop. What is the soft tool you are using? List databases, and list databases has some parameters. The first parameter is connect. It should get a connection string. So the connection string is JDBC driver using connecting to the MySQL server hosted in the local host. Okay, you can give the port number also, but it will take defaultly, and the username for the database for the server is root, and password you can write here, or it is not a very good way to give the password. Rather, I will use -p. It will ask you the password on the command from the password. I'm keeping it here. So what this is doing is this is listing all the 13 databases from that MySQL server through the Sqoop command. Okay. So now let's try to know more about this retail DB database. Okay. From here, if I want to see the list of tables, I can see there are 6 tables in this retail underscore database. So here, if I want to see the same from Sqoop command, I have to use list tables. Again, list tables has its own parameters. The parameters are the same thing, connection string. Now you have to give it here a database name. The database name is retail underscore DB. It will list all the 6 tables from the retail underscore DB database. So these two are to know. Okay, I know how many databases are there. I know in retail underscore DB what tables are there. I want to particularly know about this table. Okay, I want to know about customer tables. Means I have to execute the command here. It's like describe customers, or select customers, yes or no. So this, okay, I know. Okay, there are 9 columns here, and there are 12,435 records. So if I want to know these things from the Sqoop command itself, I need to execute this SQL statement through Sqoop command, so that I can get this result in my Sqoop output. So let's try to build here, and here we will be using eval subtool. Okay, eval subtool means it will evaluate the SQL statement and display the result. So we'll go for Sqoop eval. Again, eval has its own parameter. There are some basic which will match to each and everything, like connect, username, database, JDBC colon MySQL, localhost underscore DB. and here I'm going to introduce a new parameter called query. Here you will write the SQL statements like describe uh, customers, right? If I hit this command, this command will be executed in the SQL and it will be displaying the result here. And I can write any SQL statement here. Okay, one more thing I would like to inform you here. For example, if I select some if we see here, okay, I want the customer whose name is Richard, okay, or let's say whose customer study is PR. Yeah, there are 4,771 records, right? So if I want to execute this statement, the same statement here, into this scoop command, I'll get an error. The reason I'll get an error is because of quotes. Yeah, I'll get the error unknown column PR. Okay, so here what I need to do is I need to include this thing in single quote, because if you start double quote from here, it will assume that double quote is ending here, so it will take only this much of query, so that's what it's giving error. So now it should not give error, right? So it is giving the all the rows. So this is how we use list databases to know what are the databases in a server, to list the tables, what are the tables inside a database, and to eval where you can execute any queries. You can execute even insert, delete, update, all those commands through Sqoop commands. So that was all. Thank you very much for today.